On today's episode of the SheerLuxe Podcast, the product you need to get glass skin this party season.
Just makes everything so smooth. It's the perfect base for makeup.
How to avoid your partner buying you a rubbish gift this Christmas.
I'm going to take a leaf out of my niece's book. She's 13. She sends everyone in the family a presentation.
I've heard of
what
this.
she wants. Yeah, it's like a Pinterest board.
Yeah.
It's like a catalogue.
And who made Margot Robbie weak at the knees? We don't blame her. Because I think he picked her up with one
I mean,
hand.
he is huge.
Right, one arm.
It's very clever. It's a good one. Enjoy. Welcome to the SheerLuxe Podcast. I'm your host, Louise Roe, and today we've got a good show. The best of beauty and beyond. I'm joined today by Alexandra Steinherr, who I've known for many years, and Jenn George. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
It's going to be a good one. We've got a full lineup this week, from trend highlights and celebrity standouts to the fashion finds you need now, and we can get them to you before Christmas, plus answers to your dilemmas. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe us. It helps us bring you even more content. First and foremost, outfits. Do you want to start?
I'll start because, as usual, I'm very basic. I'm wearing...
No, that is not true, but...
No, but you know, I'm like such a simple dresser. Like, so this is me making an effort for the pod. So this is And Other Stories Fair Isle sweater. It's my version of a Christmas jumper. This is as sort of festive as I get. Zara Men's jeans that I have to talk to you about, but we'll get there a little bit later. Obsessed. And then my Le Gray Chelsea boots. I love a Chelsea boot. I love a flat because, you know, for running around everywhere. And they're like the best. I actually have them in a brown suede as well. So
I love them.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You look
I'm
gorgeous.
excited to hear more about the jeans, actually. I am in mango boots, which have seen me through this whole season.
I was going to ask where
so
they're from.
comfortable.
Tiny heel.
Tiny heel, yeah. Really comfortable. Uniqlo trousers, which again are like the most comfy things I bought. And then a Marks and Sparks scarf cardi thing, detachable.
Gorgeous. I love. Oh, it is detachable.
It's detachable, yeah, which means like 2 for the price of 1.
Such
basically.
lovely tops and coats with the added scarf at the moment. My blazer is Veronica Beard, and I do have a matching pencil skirt, or sort of a long pencil, but I got it a size or 2 up just to have a slightly male vibe. And then, honest answer, can't remember. Oh, N Peel is my jumper. It's super thin.
Yeah.
And then this skirt, which we were talking about, I love it. It's from Gospel, which is a brand I didn't know.
No, I don't know it.
I've never heard of it.
And it's GHOSPELL. And then my boots are from Russell and Bromley. But I am with you on the smaller heel or the no heel.
Yeah. We're all quite tall as well, aren't we? So...
So, on to new and noteworthy.
Yes.
Jen, do you want to start?
Yes, I basically just had a weekend of feasting. So it started on Friday night. I went to Cornucopia, which is Claire Smith's new restaurant. So I've never been to Cor because I either can't afford it, or when I decide I can afford it, I can't get a booking. Then that's our 3 Michelin-starred restaurant, which is like long, tasty menu. Yeah. She's just opened I think it's called like a luxury bistro in Belgravia. And it kind of has like pub classics, but made really fancy. So I had a chicken Kiev, but it was with like a truffle sauce. My husband had fish and chips, but it was Dover sole stuffed with lobster mousse, deep fried. Wow. It's delicious.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, it's just open. And then on Saturday morning, I woke up and drove to France for 36 hours. Not on a whim, it was planned. I'm not that spontaneous. And there's an amazing town we drive to, which is about 45 minutes from Calais. So it's so easy. And it's called, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but Alex might be able to help me, Montreuil-sur-Mer.
Montreuil-sur-Mer.
There we go.
Sounds the same. Exactly the same.
And it's got there's a chef basically that has a very fancy top 50 in the world restaurant there, which I've actually not been to.
You're going to all these fancy... You should become like the restaurant critic here.
I know, guys.
Like, let's add something else to your job
description. I would love that. But he also has like 4 other kind of more low-key restaurants in this one town, and they're all delicious. It's such a great mini break if you just want to go for one night, and also booze cruise. So we filled up our car with wine from the supermarkets.
Oh, yeah. 45 minutes from Calais.
It's 45 minutes from Calais. Really cute. So a bit of history here, but in World War I, the British Army were based in this town. So it's sort of up a hill, and it's surrounded by ramparts. You can walk around the whole town. It's a lovely sort of 2-kilometer walk. Cute little
which you need
shops.
after the meal.
You need it after all this food. It's just adorable. Yeah.
And do you stay the night?
Stay the night, one night in a little hotel, which the restaurateur also owns, called Pew. And it's just a gorgeous little 4 or 5 bedroom hotel. Little fires that you light yourself. Deep set baths.
I need to book
150 euros a night.
We put this on the podcast.
Yeah. I'm not gatekeeping actually. It's gorgeous. So yes, that was my, not new for that, but new for other people. If you want a little mini break, the town that Alex pronounced properly.
Some French person is going to go, she's not pronouncing that.
No, she
is.
It was
perfect.
But I think I am.
A quick one on carols. You had a
Oh,
recommendation.
and yeah, carols. I mean, I've got a few different carols booked, but the Cadogan Arms in Chelsea this week and next week, on the 15th of December, has the Chelsea pensioners doing carols in the pub.
That is gorgeous.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know.
And
So
anyone
I
that
booked
doesn't
in.
know, these are fabulously dressed.
Yeah.
You see them walking around Chelsea,
Yeah.
or sometimes they're on their mobility scooters.
Yes,
They
yeah.
are such good banter if you get them chatting.
They're adorable.
They're really
Yeah.
naughty.
They'll wear their medals out and about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they all live in the Chelsea
Yes.
barracks. And
Old veterans.
And apparently there's a pub inside there
No.
where the gin and tonics are less than £2.50. That was the banter I had with them at the Chelsea Flower
Really?
Show. Brilliant. Oh, so they're singing carols.
They're singing carols in the
I
Cadogan
love
Arms,
them.
so.
Alex, your ones. We've got loads of good ones this week.
So if you don't know the Design Museum, it's a place that I absolutely love. I think it's one of the more kind of, let's say, not the biggest tourist attraction. So when people come to London, it's not necessarily the museum
It's a good
people
reason
would
to
go to, but I really love it. And they've got it opened a few weeks ago, end of November. It's the Wes Anderson. If you like Wes Anderson movies, it's sort of like a look behind the scenes and sort of how he does his sets and things like that. So I think that's it's just an interesting exhibit to see. And they also still have a really good one, which is about Blitz, the 80s club that was in London where all the 80s style came from. So, there was this famous club. And it's so interesting in pop culture where trends come from. And, now we have social media, we have TikTok, Instagram, trends sort of are very much in, one out. But before social media, where did trends actually come from? So in London, it was definitely that culture of Blitz and, all that fabulous kind of music scene and the fashion and everything. And it's just, I think the Design Museum really is such an interesting place to go, and maybe not so much on the radar as others.
But those are the best.
So that's something
the packed ones
I'd recommend.
are great, but
and then, I love my shows. Like I'm a TV watcher. I'm a bit of a Netflixer and all of that. And so this last weekend, I watched the Sean Combs documentary, The Reckoning, which is the one that was produced by 50 Cent. And it was really fascinating. I'm not going to say it's an enjoyable watch, but this documentary is worth watching because it makes you reflect on the power of fame. And one of the things that comes out in the documentary is very well documented, is actually how there was a part where it suggested that the jurors in this trial might have been swayed by his fame and him in the courtroom, and why did this verdict happen that happened.
Yeah.
I think fame culture and all of that is can be very overwhelming. And having been around famous people, interviewed a lot of famous people, don't you feel that definitely in my case, having interviewed, I'm like, the last thing I want to be is famous. I would never want to be of a level of fame like that, because it's almost, you cannot be
now with
a regular
camera
person.
phones, and you can't. I
Yeah,
mean, there's no privacy. So.
no. I think anonymity, my friend said this, anonymity is going to be the biggest luxury in current.
I think so. I genuinely think so. I think, to not, for nobody to just be able to walk down the street and nobody know anything about you.
Yeah.
What your bank account is, what your job is,
Where you
who you're
live.
dating, who
Yeah.
you're not dating, like things like that. But I definitely think, when I see people who just really want to be famous, and we all know people around who just want to be famous.
Younger, especially.
And I'm just thinking, oh my God, no.
No.
I think it's a really good warning on the trappings of fame, I would say.
I've got a couple on the lighter side of Netflix.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I love it. Champagne Problems. Have either of you seen Christmas rom-com? My husband was like, no, I'm not watching that. Cut to 10 minutes later.
He loved it.
We were loving it. It's just the lightest, sweetest. It's Minka Kelly.
I do love
An
her.
actor whose name
love
I
her.
don't know, sorry, but he's French and he's been in a few things, including Drops of God, which was another brilliant show last year, which apparently is coming back for season 2. Can't wait. But it follows them. She's working, she's stressed. She has 24 Hours in Paris.
Are they love interests? Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, I don't think I'm giving away too much by
Sounds like
saying
you can guess
that.
the ending.
It sounds like a Hallmark
lovely.
movie.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
Yeah.
And his family own the champagne brand. You
Oh,
know,
of course.
chateaus
May
and
we?
things. May we?
Okay.
And
Will
I
they,
have-
won't they?
Exactly.
I mean, who knows?
I have another one. This is brilliant. From a friend, an interior design friend of mine in New York. There's this obscure YouTube channel called Daddy Stays Home, which sounds a bit funny, but it's not. The guy's name is John Hutman.
Okay.
And he was the production designer on a lot of Nancy Meyers movies. So some of the most iconic, but also Meg Ryan movies, all the best rom-coms where you subconsciously love the movie because of the set and the homes, and you take it all in. Anyway, he goes through each film and what happened and how they put this together and why that house was like this. And it's just a brilliant little respite from crazy pre-Christmas
strange
madness.
name though for the.
I think that
Daddy
he's
Stays Home.
maybe a bit older and just thought that you know, that was a sweet name.
Sounds good. Though.
Yes, there's nothing
Yeah.
odd.
Yes, sounds odd.
Quick through fashion finds. I love this. Have you all got one or two bits that you want to
Sure.
I'm wearing them.
add on the shopping list?
Well, so Fair Isle sweater.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I think being a very simple dresser, I struggle with festive dressing in general. Like it's something that, you know, I don't whip out a beautiful dress like the two of you do, and you look gorgeous when you know, I can't do that. So, you know, the whole Christmas jumper thing, I just love this Fair Isle one that I got and other stories. I just think it's sort of my
And
version.
it doesn't look itchy.
No.
No?
So, but I don't tend to. It's weird.
Doesn't
I think
bother
it
you.
depends on your skin.
Yeah, because I
I don't
do
get itchy. I'm wearing I have a.
But it looks like a soft, like a
yeah,
mohairy. Yeah.
I have like a.
No, that's lovely.
A t-shirt underneath, but so far, so far so good.
I love it.
And I really need to talk about one of my, lifelong sort of shopping tips, tricks is shopping in men's sections. And, you know, I've always been someone who gravitated towards that style anyway. Like I'm not a girly dresser, but Zara Men's is so good. Like I often don't even look at Zara Women's. I look at Zara Men's, and these jeans that I'm wearing, I have to tell you, they are new in. They are the mid-rise straight leg. I swear to you, they are like a vintage 501. They're the only thing. Okay, this is my top tip. You know, men's hips tend to be smaller.
Yeah.
So you will have to, for me, I'm in women's jeans, I'm like a 29. I'm not small, and in men's though, in this one, I'm like a 34. So you do want to make,
Okay.
But because they do the traditional jean sizes.
Yeah.
So you do bear that in mind, but the fit is so good. And it's literally I'm like, wow, because I'm sorry, I can't be asked with vintage jeans shopping. I just can't do it. Like
Jen's got the answer.
Yeah, I mean,
next.
that's
Wait for
not
it.
something, yeah. Did I not help you there? But it's true. Like it's something that I can't do, and I think those are so great. But also their sweaters are so fantastic. I think definitely it's more for like sweaters and coats, because I think obviously I'm tall, so it also works for me. Because if you're a bit more petite, you can get swamped
Sometimes
a bit.
the sweater they add to
But
the
like
shoulder.
white t-shirts, great place to find well-priced white t-shirts that have more of a boxy fit. There's this amazing suede bag, which is like an everyday tote that is the most beautiful shape. It's a beautiful cognac shade. It's a great like honestly, don't sleep on the men's section. I highly
men's
recommend
socks
it.
too. You know, Cezanne has October, and they have better colours of sock in the men's section. So it's not just for.
So there's a lot there.
Jen, what have you got?
We're talking about vintage 501s. I haven't tried it yet, but I saw on a friend's Instagram this weekend, there's a company called Threadwear UK. And I don't know if it's a girl or a group of them, but they bring to your house, or even cuter, you can organize a little party with friends, loads and loads of vintage 501s. So I guess they ask your size before, your height, your jeans style, colours, and then they bring rails of them to try on. How amazing is that?
That's very clever.
So they do the hard work for you. And I said this last time I was on the pod, I still have not found my perfect pair of jeans. And that just could be potentially an easy answer. I know, I'm going to try it.
That's
I'm going to
such
try
a
it.
good
You should
idea.
try that, or try the Zara Men's.
Or try Zara Men's.
Yeah, that's true.
And then there's just Reformation. They have some really good dresses at the moment, long dresses. And there's one which is this sort of strappy, almost like blood red burgundy colour dress. It's almost got like a scarf pattern on it, like a sort of silk scarf pattern.
I know the one.
Really pretty. And the reason I like it is because you could wear that all year round, because they've styled it on the website with leather flat boots, but in the spring you could wear it with sandals. The colour is not too either or. It's stunning, but always out of stock. So I'm just like constantly waiting.
They had a decent sale actually.
Yes, 25% off.
Because I was going to say Ref also doing some beautiful satin trousers.
Oh, really?
I'm quite into the satin trousers.
Yeah.
And I love their cashmere. I think their recycled cashmere is nice.
House of Dagmar, I'm quite liking at the moment, and they have a beautiful. Thinking back to what you were saying about party season. Not everyone's into sequins and sparkles, and actually sometimes you want not just something more. I say simple. It's not actually. This is a top I'm talking about. It's cream satin top, and it's like origami at the back. It has a beautiful fold.
Wow.
It's loose.
Stunning.
You'd love it. Actually, it's very you with a satin trouser or a leather trouser or something. But I think there are also pieces that you feel comfortable and glamorous in, but you'll keep. And I think there's a longevity to that, the simpler palette and investing in the material rather than the trend.
Yeah. And also people don't have as much storage as they used to. So like I can't just buy something that I'm only going to wear in the month of December. That just doesn't fly with me. You know, I need something that I can wear. Like if it's got sequins, we've both had the same pink sequin skirt actually.
Yes.
That like I wore it to a Christmas party, but you could also wear in the spring.
Yeah,
so
the Marks
what
and
are you
Spencer
talking
one.
about? You don't
So
wear...
it's very unlike.
okay,
It's
so
the
I'm
only
being
time
out-
I've ever seen you in a skirt, to be
Thank
fair.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
No.
Sounds
But
so
this
unlike
is the
you.
thing. Like I know, like it's the one time I wore a skirt, one time, and literally people are like, "Oh, were you?" And whenever I say I don't wear dresses and well, you do. I'm like, no, once.
Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe and like us. It does help us keep making fab new content. Next up, we've got Mustn't Miss. This is when we talk about anything from exclusive launches and events to features on SheerLuxe or anything you guys need to know on your radar or something that we might be doing in our careers as well. Go on, cover girl.
Well, speaking of high street, we did a shoot for SheerLuxe for Style Spotlight. And they asked me and I couldn't believe it. I was like, me? Because genuinely, I know this sounds so like, but I was always known when I was a teenager as like being a boring dresser because I have the same style. I wear jeans, trousers, t-shirts, shirts, and I used to wear my dad's blazers. Now
That's amazing.
So I was just, I couldn't believe it when I was asked. I was like, what? Like SheerLuxe? I'm good enough for SheerLuxe. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, it meant something, and it was so cool. Like on the shoot, like Emma had picked all these. I thought, are they going to be, because also I'm a size 14, I'm not like tiny. And so she had all these amazing pieces. And the idea was how to make high street look expensive. And it's true, I do wear a lot of high street, but I don't treat high street throwaway. So I'm not someone who sees it as fast fashion. I have a lot of high street pieces that I wear year on year on year on year. And so I was just we had we're beautiful velvet suit by Cause, and we have an arcade, it's so lovely. What I also love about SheerLuxe is that you kind of represent everybody's style. So it's not you're not just being, it's like this, yes, there's lots of trend pieces, but there's also, catering for people who don't, necessarily wear this or that. I mean, I always say when I talk about SheerLuxe, I always feel like it's a bit like the Spice Girls. You've got like Posh Spice, you've got all the different, there are all these different people. Yeah. Or but like your Hodge, or like people will, I think the reader will identify with a different person for or Jen or Sapna
right,
for different. And I was like, I was saying about myself, I'm Old Spice, seeing as I'm like, but it's nice to see everybody represented. And so I felt really thrilled that there's this
really
shoot that is just very much like a tomboy, but who's a bit more, kind of a grown-up tomboy.
Well deserved.
That's just gone live.
Do I go on and on about myself here? This is a bit pathetic, but I was very proud.
No, you should be.
That's great. There's just a couple of things to shout out that are just about to go on the beauty section. So if you haven't bought your beauty gift or your gift for someone this Christmas, I don't know, we were saying this, I don't know a single person that would not want a massage voucher, a facial voucher, So we've got a lovely piece which just calls out, I think, about 8 different incredible beauty vouchers you can buy people this Christmas. One of them, for example, is just Blink Brow Bar, who are you actually see them for your brows,
I go
don't
to
you?
the Blink Brow Bar.
Yeah. It sounds like quite an unsexy gift, but to give people a lovely £50 voucher, they can go get brows done or they can get a lash lift. So that's coming up. And then next week, I think people will really love this one. Myself, Alex, Hodge, and Maya talk about all the tweakments we've had this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. No gatekeeping and no shame. We talk about everything that's been...
Is that on that next week's pod?
Next week, no, online. It's going to be a site feature. So all the stuff we've had put into and onto our faces this year. Yeah.
Oh, gosh,
which is not a
excited
lot,
about that.
actually, for any of us, but just little gentle, natural, subtle things. Yeah.
However, again, it's important. I feel what's so great about this concept that you had is I think it is important, the transparency as well. And the thing of like, I mean, I never hide what I've done. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, at 50, it's not just skincare, obviously.
You're
Not
50.
just olive oil?
Yeah. I am 50. Yeah.
I mean,
We spoke about,
no, not
people,
that's
not you and me.
Unbelievable.
But I mean, like it would
you
be
look unreal.
Yeah.
Thank you. But I think I mean, the thing is like, again, and this is what, why I think this feature is so good as well, that, the idea you had about it, because, what does a 50-year-old look like today? And I think also one of the things that I often do get is like, well, it's not just skincare. I'm like, no, but without the skincare, you wouldn't have, the quality of the skin. Still, for me, skincare is still the number one for long-term skin health. Of course, you can do all these treatments, and we go in absolute detail and 100% honesty about what we have done, because also it's showing the options and what's possible.
Yes.
But I still think it's also very important to understand the difference between injectables, lasers, and skincare, and how, for me, it's definitely hand in hand. For me, it's both. If I just started I started Botox at 40. If I'd only done that, my skin, I still wouldn't look like this.
That's also quite late in our industry.
It is late,
beauty.
Yeah. But because I hate needles. Actually, that's the truth. I mean, it's all in the piece. Like, I'm actually scared. I have a lot because I'm terrified.
It's a cocktail of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
And being hydrated, like if you don't drink enough and eat the right
like
foods,
the most
it
boring
doesn't really
advice is
matter
that, like,
either.
eat and sleep and
Does make a
water
difference.
are the 3 best things.
I
for
do
your
quite
skin.
happy to
Isn't it
eat
boring
and
when
sleep.
we
So boring.
Don't you think
yeah,
as a beauty-
sorry.
do that?
So boring.
But as a beauty editor, when people say to you, what's your, like, I'm sure you get asked, like, what's your number one thing? And I'm just like, sunscreen.
My one is that my brand Charlotte in England, we collaborated with my old friend Finn at the Kensington Papery. Do you know they make beautiful wrapping
Gorgeous,
paper
yeah.
and ribbons and note cards, and she hand paints it all. And we've known each other actually longer than I even want to admit, but since early 20s. And we made a collection of really lovely wrapping paper note cards, and we make tabletop and furniture. So it's something that we've never done before.
Yeah.
And it's just been really lovely to see the response. So that's, to your point, quick. You need it for your Christmas presents. Because it's nice to have lovely wrapping paper and save it.
I do love
I
it.
handwrite note cards. We did those too, because I'm a big
Sweet.
thank you letter writer.
Me too.
With a fountain
Someone in the
pen.
office the other day, I won't name who it is, said they've never used a stamp. They've never sent post.
Well, can't be me, because I'm Old Spice, so won't
They
be
were
me.
like late 20s, and they said they've never sent post, and I thought that was really
What colour
sad.
is their
Yeah. Comment
I
below
love
if
it.
you want to
I
know.
think- I think it's lovely to, each to
I
their
always
own,
do, yeah.
but I like it. I just love getting the old pen out. Okay, hot topic celebrity moment. Let's get involved. We've got a couple of one juicy and one more we're excited about.
Yeah.
Or
Start with the juice.
Okay, fine.
Juicy is Justin Trudeau and Katy
Yeah.
Perry have gone Insta
Public.
official. Yeah, which it's cute. Like, I mean, I don't have any judgment or kind of feelings about either of them, but my interesting point is like her scale of men is quite wide, because Russell Brand to Justin Trudeau is quite a jump in terms of, I would think, personality types and interests.
Maybe she's matured.
Which, yes, sure.
Maybe she's just because she's Canadian. Oh no, she's
She's
not.
American.
She's American.
Don't just make that
American.
completely
She's
up.
American.
Sorry,
She's
guys.
American.
Maybe she'll
She's not
be
Canadian.
become
She's
Canadian.
The
California.
first two were British, so yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a
interesting.
no common denominator, like you
No
said.
common
But good for them.
denominator,
And
but
they
good
did.
for them,
Was it on
but-
TikTok that they did like a cute?
Like
It was
sharing some
her-
sushi or something.
Yes, it was in Tokyo on her
Yeah.
tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. sharing some sushi.
And what's your Margot Robbie Wuthering Heights?
You know, there's been so much controversy about this Wuthering Heights coming out when it's not even out yet.
What is the
but you know what
controversy?
TikTok is
Because
like.
they don't know yet whether, well, first of all,
that
the
he
costumes,
wasn't a fit for it.
Also, the costumes are not time appropriate. My sister is a costume maker, and she works on 19th century backwards, so she's a real pro with this stuff. And the costumes are not correct for the time.
But then we don't know nobody actually knows
what the film is. Because actually in the title, it's Wuthering Heights.
Inspired by, I think.
So, yes. Yeah. So actually, there's rumours that it's a woman reading the book.
We don't know. But I think, but this is TikTok. It jumps on something.
There's a lot of,
and then him not being, because Heathcliff in the book is not, he doesn't fit the how he was written in the book, and all of that pre-controversy already.
Clever.
So, which creates, I want to see it.
Yes.
I'm definitely, I love Wuthering Heights. It was my romantic sort of, not even romantic, it's tragic, I know. Yeah. But, it's, I definitely want to go and see it. I think Margot Robbie to me is, I love her off-duty style. I think she's a great. I like her as an actress.
Quite like to be her best
friend. I really like her as an actress.
She looks like a lark.
Cool. And also her producing. I just think she's a really smart woman. Yeah. And it makes me I really want to go and see it.
She also said that he made her weak at the knees because I think he picked her up with one
hand.
He
is huge.
Right, one arm.
It's very clever. I'm thinking of a different movie where Timothée Chalamet. I think they leaked the fact that he was on. Did you see this? He did a Zoom call with the marketing team.
Yeah, that was obviously done.
And I think it's but it's clever. How do you market things nowadays to get buzz before
and cut
out?
through?
It's like the red carpet themes and everything is such a huge thing now. And stuff.
Yeah. Well, Emerald Fennell said she wanted it to be this generation's Titanic. Apparently,
that's punchy.
Make of that what you will.
I think it could be.
But then Titanic, being literal, was quite literal in terms of costume and set, but this could be something. Well, she's pretty edgy.
I think it's going to be the unexpected.
Yeah,
I really think
it's coming out on Valentine's Day as well, isn't it? So, which was the same for. I'm pretty sure the first 50 Shades of Grey also came out on Valentine's Day. I think,
and unlike Saltburn, which came out on Christmas Day, and everyone was watching it with their grannies,
which was maybe the opposite.
Luckily, someone on Instagram was like, "Do not watch with any other generation."
I've seen.
I mean, that and the rest.
Yeah.
You've got something, Clam.
So I loved the Chanel Métier d'Art show, which was in New York in the subway, and I fell in love. I mean, literally in love with the first model that came out, Bhavita Mandava. I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen a model that I just was literally thrown by. I mean, first of all, I loved Mathieu Blazy's show. That first look she wore as well. It's like literally men's sort of jeans, a beige, zipped sweater. I was like, I can recreate this. I just love his whole vision, but that's a whole other story.
Wearable stuff.
There's obviously a lot more, it's Chanel, it's Métier d'Art, a lot of the other looks, but it was more her, this in that look. And I was just, to me, she's the new next supermodel. She's so stunning. And we were saying she was actually discovered on the subway.
She was an NYU student.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. And he worked with her at Bottega because he was at Bottega before he went to Chanel. And then she opened Chanel. And there's this really cute thing on TikTok where her parents, she did a video of her parents seeing her. And it was actually made me quite emotional. Because what that must be like as a parent, your daughter like to open although I'm sure they were happy she went to university first. So she's obviously beauty and brains, and I think she's stunning in that real kind of 90s supermodel way for today. I was really struck by her.
I love that. Okay, beauty ride or die, and this is one to note down with you two.
I don't know what you've done.
Go you first.
Firstly, Allies of Skin, which is a brand we both love.
Obsessed.
It is a bit pricier. So the serum that I'm talking about I think it's about 80 or 90 pounds, but my skin is kind of fine in every way. It's like good skin, but it's not excellent, right? So it's quite difficult for me to try a product and see a big difference because I don't have a lot of pigmentation, so I'm not looking to erase that so much, or I don't have loads of wrinkles. So when a product really, really makes a difference to my skin, it's quite impressive. And this serum, it's a hydrating serum. I can't remember the full name. It's beta-glucan something, Revesterol. It's in a blue bottle. And I've used it for about 3 or 4 weeks now, and my skin has never felt softer. It's just the most plumping, softening serum I've ever used. And it's just really also like, it's trouble-free. It's not a retinol. It's not an acid. So if you're worried about those things, if you have sensitive skin, it'll suit any skin type. It's just completely transformed my skin. I've been so impressed by it.
Yeah, it's a great brand.
Yeah. And then my second product is just generally body butters. This time of year, I really love, just a hydrating, thick body cream. And I think the Naturium one is the best. It's the Glow Getter body butter oil. So it's a combination of the two. But also there's a newish brand called Soltaire. I don't know if you've used them yet. They have a gorgeous one. And then also the Body Shop body butters are some of the best, I think, too. They just, and all
they
really
do coconut.
Yeah, they do coconut. They do the banana one.
Well, you know, I didn't grow up here, but we had the Body Shop as well back home. Like I remember passion fruit face wash, but that goes way, way, way back. Okay, beauty products. Well, one product that I saw such an instant result with, especially I'm thinking about this time of year as well, where we have a lot of events, and you know, the secret of a good makeup is always good skin to begin with. And there's one product which is an investment product, but I know you will hear people say this, it lasts you, but it does last if you don't overuse it. It's a serum, but it's by my facialist Karen Barthoff, and it's called Peel and Glow. Now I'm very, very careful with anything too active, anything that's too acidy or too, but this has a tiny bit of acid in it, but the way it is so gentle, but okay, and I promise you this is the truth. I put this on before I do my makeup, and I don't know how, but it just makes everything so smooth. It's the perfect base for makeup. My skin's smooth, my skin's glowy. I wore it today, so I don't know, but before makeup, it just makes you look like snatched, if that's the only thing I can say. And makeup goes on evenly, makeup lasts, and it's
not a primer.
Looks juicy. And no, it's not. It's a skincare product. But I like it I like it in the morning before makeup. So anytime I like when I have to do this or before an event, I will use it as well. But I use it instead of a primer, and it just does something because, you know, for makeup to go on well, you want your skin to be very smooth. You want your skin to be hydrated. So it kind of at the same time smoothes, hydrates, grips onto makeup weirdly, even though it's not a primer, but I think it should be sold as a primer. And I really don't like products that are harsh, and it's not harsh at all. Like it honestly is like mirror skin.
She's amazing.
It's mirror skin. Her products are fantastic. Second one, and that's like one of my best tricks. I have very dry skin. I have mature skin. Too much powder is a disaster on my skin. But, you know, you need your makeup to stay on. So you want to use a good gripping primer. But setting sprays, the trick is, and this is a trick I learned from Charlotte Tilbury, is you want to use like a hydrating setting spray. And lots of brands do them, you know. And you use a hydrating setting spray, and then you use a mattifying one just on the areas where you get. So you use a hydrating setting spray everywhere because you want to be glowy here. You don't need to be matte here. You want to be glowy here. You know where you think you put highlighter. So you just want to be, but you want to be matte in the middle. Even me who has dry skin, I don't want to be shiny here. So she just does setting spray, hydrating setting spray, and then mattifying in the middle. Charlotte Tilbury does both of those products. Vanessa Myricks does them. You know, Urban Decay. So but that's the trick. If you don't want to use too much powder.
This is amazing. I know I'm hosting, but I am listening.
What are yours?
Although apparently I wasn't listening when I was asked.
So I'm more interested in yours, actually.
We get asked to make notes, right, on all the topics, and I read it very quickly, and I didn't see beauty. I thought it was just ride or die. And I wrote, Shark Robot, my vacuum and mop, very sexy. But that's literally, and then I wrote lol. The Shark products are actually amazing. I feel like they're having a proper renaissance.
Yeah, because they do Ninja too, right? Shark and Ninja are like the same business. Yeah.
And this is the little robot guy that just goes around your house, and it's a mop. Then when it gets to the wall, it's really clever, and it knows to sort of stop and whatever it does. But you end up with really clean, beautiful floors without doing anything. I love it.
But does it hoover and mop at the same time?
Hoover and mops at the same time.
That can go on my Christmas wish list.
No, really.
Although I'd say my boyfriend, if you give me something for the house, I'm literally going to throttle you. But I do like that. Isn't it?
It's tricky. And actually, that leads us on to our dilemmas very nicely. We've got time for about 3, so I'm going to dive in and chuck them out to you guys. So on that note of Christmas presents and partners and stuff, my husband always buys me awful presents. How do I nudge him into getting me what I really want?
Maybe you could make it a cute thing and be like, hey, if they have kids especially, be like, why don't we all write letters to Santa this year?
Mine's just going to be an email to you.
All right. So it's basically,
link.
And do a lot, make it, from £10 to £100, make it a big price range and just make it a cute thing of like, let's all write letters to Santa.
I think so. I think
she obviously doesn't feel brave enough to just say, because I would just send him a link.
I do.
Yeah, that's what I send a link.
Romantic.
Or I even just buy it and then I'm like, but you wrap it up.
Yeah.
It still needs a ribbon. And I don't want
to
see it
trust him to wrap it though?
Yeah,
you've
fine.
trained
That's
well.
fine.
She's got wrapping paper ready for him.
Here's your wrapping paper and your bow
and a ribbon. But I think then you're happy. And I know everyone, including the people sitting behind the camera, off camera, we're specific.
Yeah.
So it's better to
I also
just
hate the idea of people wasting their money on something I don't want.
Yeah.
And,
no names.
no names.
But also people always say to me, you're so difficult to buy for. I'm like, well, I'm not. Here's the link,
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a leaf out of my niece's book. She's 13. She sends everyone in the family a presentation.
I've heard of
what
this.
she wants. Yeah, she sends a full-on presentation. I want to say PowerPoint, but I'm sure it's not PowerPoint. But it's like full-on with like pictures of the product. Like it's gorgeous. It's like a Pinterest board.
Yeah,
it's like a catalog. This is what I want.
It's the Argos catalog.
And I think it's genius.
Yeah.
So I then talk to my mom. I'm like, okay, I'm getting that. You're getting that, and it's all sorted. And they're happy.
It is nice when people
smart.
give. I texted my teenage nephew yesterday and he's replied and it's like great because then I do not know what a teenage boy is
or at least just brand names.
It's a lot easier to be guided.
Yeah.
So just go for it and say it. Should you tell someone you're dating that you're also seeing other people, or is that assumed?
I can't answer this. I have no idea. I've been monogamous forever, so this is something I have zero experience of in my life because I've always been with. So I have.
All right.
I'm out of this.
Pass the buck.
She's
Jen,
out.
What do you think?
When I was first dating my husband, who I've now been with for 15 years, so this is going back a long way, and it was pre-apps and things. I was dating other people, and he I would go on a date with a guy, but then sometimes end up at my husband's house at the end of the night and be like, God, that date was like okay or not great or pretty good, might see him again. But I think there was part of it that was like, we were very casual at first. Neither of us wanted a relationship, which we ended up in obviously 15 years later. But also, maybe there was part of me that was like, I want him to, think that he's got to work a bit harder for this, or not.
I'm old school. I feel like I never did that.
But I think being honest is probably my other point. Is not keeping it from them.
Yes.
But,
But then, do you bring it up? Because if not always the thing to say.
And also, how do you
asked,
feel? It's got to be tit for tat. So I think the question is would you be happy if they told you that?
Exactly. And I think it probably helps you distill your feelings pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I think in America, it's a bit more normal to date lots.
Yeah.
But in the UK, not as much, I don't think.
I think also it's we're all, of an age of you have conversations pretty early. If you date people, pretty early, you're like, do you want to be serious?
Yes.
Do you want kids? Where do you want to live? Those kind of things.
I mean, I have nothing to contribute, but one thing I would say is that I'm always a believer in honesty and being truthful, because I think, then that's it. There's not, I think it always come to bite you in some way. And I just think, why? If the person's the right person, that's also a way to have a conversation.
Yes.
Maybe. And to,
I think
discuss
kind of
things
games.
and not let things fester, and then maybe you've wasted your time or not, potentially.
This is a great one for you guys. My new boyfriend said he hates red lipstick, but I feel like this is my signature on a night out. I think this is going to be a fairly fast answer. Do I ditch it or tell him to learn to love it?
I mean, tell him to not, if he doesn't want to learn to love it, fine, but tell him to deal with it. I mean, if it's your thing, it's your thing. I mean, would you ever say to someone, I don't like what you're wearing, change
Awful.
it? No.
I just don't understand that a man would say that to someone. If you are attracted to someone, surely you're attracted to everything about them. If it's your signature, surely they met you with the red lipstick on. So I just, I find it,
Maybe it's kissing.
I would.
Or she could find a long wear lipstick.
What, that wouldn't come off on kissing?
I don't know.
I mean, let me just think about that for a minute,
really...
because if we're being truly like, when I very rarely wear red lipstick, but when I do, it's true that I'm kind of like want to keep it on. So I'm not like literally, you know, I won't like kiss my boyfriend full on because the red lipstick would come off. I just find commenting on anyone's like look when it's your signature to me is just so strange, because obviously that's what you like to wear and it's what makes you feel happy. And I think asking anyone to change in a significant way is already a bit
red flag.
Funny. And people might think, oh, it's just a lipstick. But you know what? All of that's all part. It's like if someone said to me, I don't like your long hair, or I don't like your hair color, dye it blonde. It's the same. I mean, you might say, well, it's simpler to take a lipstick off, but it is a signature for people. I mean, you know.
It could be that he thinks, you know, it could be like wearing a low cut top or something that he thinks it's a bit.
But then again, same
ostentatious or tarty. But this is what I mean. That's a him problem. That's his problem, not
it's
her.
It's a him problem.
Yeah.
Go for your red. Buy another one, babe.
Yes.
Guys, this has been delightful.
I know, we could keep going.
We have just run the gamut gauntlet. Thank you very much for joining today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, if you do like this kind of conversation, it gets juicy, do subscribe and like us, and it helps us create more podcasts. We'll see you next time. Bye.